Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's video we're doing something a bit different and we're going to be working on the Z3. So this car needs some new bumpers on it. The front bumper is pretty damaged. It's got a load of rash there. It's all flexed and bent where it's hit the curbs and stuff like that. It's got a crack at the bottom there where it's had a bit of an impact somewhere. Scuffed up on the side. We come around to the other side, we've got scuffs there as well, and scuffs on the bottom. So that one needs replacing. If we head round to the back, got a crack there that runs all the way through, where this had a little bit of a bump. Sorted the damage out, but just hadn't replaced the bumper yet, and we're scuffed up on this side as well, so really needs replacing. I've got the replacement bumpers, so I already had bumpers from a previous car. I have got them in here, so we'll get them out, take a look at them. They've been resprayed, so they've got a fresh paint job on them. Flashback to a few weeks ago when I was getting them out of the garden and ready to be painted. Here we have the front and rear bumper from a Z3. Now I've had these for longer than I'd care to remember in the back of this garden. Probably had them for about 8 years, but I didn't want to get rid of them because you never know when they might come in handy, and they come in handy now, especially if you're always, if you're always going to keep the same car. So these are going to get resprayed in black, and they're going to be put onto the Z3 because obviously we've got the crack in the bumper there and the scuff on that side. And on the front we've got a couple of scuffs, and we've got a crack on the underside as well of the black one already. This one's in primer. This already had a repair on it a while back, but it never got put on the car. I think I sold the car before I got a chance to. And obviously this is just in standard blue, so these both need to get done. I'm going to send them off and get them done professionally because I just don't have time to do them myself, and to be honest, the car needs to be absolutely mint, so the paint has got to be absolutely perfect on them. So yeah, send those off. As soon as I get them back, I'll get them back on the car and continue the video. Here they are out in the sun. They're very dusty at the minute, but apart from that, the paint job's really good on them. Didn't do it myself, so I had it done professionally. No time, to be honest, and we got a good deal on it, so you couldn't go wrong. Once they're on, we're going to give the car a good clean, because it is filthy. The bumpers are filthy. The back bumper is pretty much straight on. Obviously I'm going to have to put in the rear lights. I'm going to have to put the rear number plate on, and also I'm going to need to use the the strengthening. So there's an aluminium strengthening bell that goes behind there, which I need to replace on this one for the one that's on the car. Front bumper has got the strengthening bar in it, but it will need to have the fog lights put in, the side lights put in, and the tow eye cap. Actually, oh yeah, I was going to say I haven't got that resprayed, but it's the same colour, so it doesn't really matter. And then front number plate mount as well. So first things first, as always, is get the car up in the air, get the front on jack stands, take the wheels off, and then we can make a start at removing the front bumper. Before I start, I know you're all going to say it when this is up in the air, but look at the state of that sill. It's not structural. The other one's not as bad as this one, but yeah, it's just a sill cover. So that's just it's a pretty common thing on BMWs. I know there's a little bit of rust on bubbling away through there. It's all in the list. It's all going to get done. There's a little bit at the back of there as well. But yeah, the sill covers have been ordered from BMW. They are on their way. They will be getting painted up as well and replaced. But yeah, I thought I'd mention it now before the video gets any further, because I know you're all going to say, oh, look at the fucking state of that. But yeah, it's not structural. It's been welded up underneath, just past its recent MOT, probably a couple of weeks ago. So don't worry about it, basically. So yeah, I'll get the jack under there, get it jacked up, get the front wheels off, get the front bumper off. So now the car's up in the air, taking a closer look, you can see that this part here is just a cover. Unfortunately, it seems like every BMW Z3 in the world this happens to. But yeah, these are about 160 quid each a side, and they unbolt. Obviously there's no bolt here, but they unbolt all the way along. They drop off and you can put another one on. It's had a bit of welding done there, and it's been carried in some sort of rust prevention material, but yeah, they will get replaced. The idea is this car is going to be sort of back to, you know, back to showroom quality, if you like. It was quite a cheap one. I think it was probably the cheapest Z3 2.8 wide body manual for sale on the internet at the time, which seems to be a recurring theme. So yeah, these have gone up in value since this has been purchased anyway. It's probably gone from 3 grand up to 5 grand, even with this bit of rust. So once this is replaced, this little bit's sorted out on this wing and on the back as well. The other side's not so bad. I'll go around and show you the other side. So there's a little bit on there, but it hasn't eaten away so much. You know, both will get replaced anyway, of course, it's no brainer. Again, a little bit on there. The good thing about this car is that every single panel it unbolts. So I can just unbolt this one panel and get it painted. I don't have to send the whole car. I don't have to have you know, like a big job. I could even just replace, you know, if this was too far gone, could even just replace that one panel, and it's all just bolt on job. Coming around the back, this quarter panel is pretty good, actually. I say pretty good, it's perfect, it's spot on, no issues on that. Little bit of starting at the bottom of the sill there, so 2 new sills, a little repair on that one, a little repair on this one, and a little repair on that one, and we should have the rust under control. Removing the bumper is not a difficult job. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo some of this inner arch liner. So this piece is actually separate to this piece. It bolts in at the bottom down here, but the bumper's cracked, so that's off anyway. But I'm just going to loosen this bolt off just to give me some more room, both sides, and then underneath the bumper I'm going to undo it here and that side as well. And then in this hole, I'll show you more detail, there's a large bolt up in that hole, so that's what's going to need to be undone to get the bumper off. So I'll start with the inner arch liners, free up all the bottom, and then I'll get these undone and we'll slide the front bumper off. Before I pull the bumper away, I'm going to make sure that I disconnect the temp sensor down here, because these are pretty fragile and I don't particularly want it to break. There we go, that's already had a bend. Look, probably straighten that out before we put it into the next one. So just tuck that up out of the way up there. So you've got 2 holes underneath the bumper. You've got one there and you've got one there. Now inside them there's I think it's a T40 or a T50 Torx bolt. So you need a long extension straight up in that hole into the bolt. The bolt is situated about here. Undo that bolt, and that's what holds the bumper on, and the bumper should then just slide straight forwards to me. So I'm going to grab my ratchet, grab my extension and my Torx bit and get that undone. So I can confirm it is a T50 that you'd need, and you need about that much length of extension. So that's a 6-inch and a 4-inch, so 10-inch. Post that up through that hole, find the bolt.
6 hours later.
Once you found the bolt, it's obviously anti-clockwise turns. So loosen that off. They shouldn't be done up too tight. Eventually, that'll drop out. Reach up in there if you can, have a fiddle around. and that's the bolt that you're looking for. So we're removing that from both sides, and then the front bumper will slide off. Disconnect the fog lights, side lights, and we're free. So there's the old, all the damage on the bottom. So I'm going to take this off, take these out, take the fog lights out, take the number plate off, stick them on the new bumper, and then drop it back on again. And while I'm here, I'm going to tidy up all this broken stuff to make a list of what I actually need. So I'm going to need to replace this bit. As you can see, that's broken. To be fair, I think that's about it. There is a piece that goes along the bottom there, so we'll order that at some point as well, but that can be added on afterwards. This piece, yeah, we'll get a replacement of that. There's the front bumper back together again, bar the number plate. So I'm going to get some new screws for the number plate and get the white caps as well. So I'll nip down the shop in a minute and get those, but I'll get the front bumper back on, and then we'll mess around with the rear, get the rear off and put the new one on. Right, there's the front bumper on, nice and shiny. Paint match it's hard to tell at the minute because obviously the car's not clean and the bumper's not clean, but to be honest it's pretty good. Look at that. If I polish that bit up with my hand, the car will need a machine polish, so the rest of the car's going to need doing, because this is obviously a fresh paint job with no scratches. So we'll get that done once the rest of the paint work's complete and have the whole car mopped. And then it should look really, really nice. There's a little dink on the bonnet there, so that'll need to be done as well. I'll drop the front back down again, get the back up in the air, and then we'll do the same on the back bumper. Right, moving on to the back. So the back comes off in very much the same way. You've got two of those bolts underneath that you need to undo, drop out the bottom, and that releases the sort of the structural part of it. And then in the arch you do have a couple of things to remove as well. For the back bumper, you do also need to take the rear lights out so that it can pass, because it slides straight back and the rear light's in the way. So pop the rear lights out, that'll come off now. Rear lights are dead easy. You've got one little hand screw there, undo that, and then that'll allow you to fold the light away like so. And then you've got two 8mm nuts there, run them off, and then your rear light will just come straight out the front. So there's both rears off. We're going to do the same thing again, but this time we need to remove this piece here, the crash bar, because on this one we don't have one. So we'll swap the crash bar over and then we'll stick this back on again. The crash bar is just held in with these little plastic rivets, so I'm going to be careful not to break any because I don't have any spare. But it's just a case of popping the centre of the rivet out upwards, and then you can pop the top rivet out. So I'm going to fire all those out, take this off, stick it onto the other bumper. Right then, that's the new rear on and the front on. All that's left to do now is go and get some number plate screws for the front and head to a car wash. I'll see you in a minute. So there it is, all nice and clean. New back bumper, new front bumper, and we'll call it a day on the video today. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more content on the BMW, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like, give us a comment on the video if you've got anything you want to suggest. Love to hear what you guys think of it. Any suggestions, any little modifications that you think might be quite nice. But for that, I say I will leave you until the next video. Probably be another one on the caddy. Thanks for watching if you've got this far, and like I say, please subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Turn on your notifications so you can see when there's another video coming out. You know, please hit the like button if you like the video, and I will catch you on the next one.